Get this straight. What's up, bro? I'm just camping out right here at the Blaine Park, bro. So these people came and started harassing me. I'm recording this. They talking about calling the police.
Fucking Blaine police will be fucking notified.
See what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking tell them that you're up your fucking hiding.
It's a park, bro. Like I heard these people from a long. You hear how loud he is. So they came from like. There's a trail up there, right? This is white dude. There's a trail. I guess they're coming from up there. I don't know. I was in here. They're saying F this, F that, F this, F that. And then when they're walking over there, they're like, there's a trail, but I don't know. I'm not even in the trail. I'm not even in the way of nothing. You see what I mean? There's like a trail there to walk. I guess you could walk under here. Yeah, you hear him say police. Yeah, I didn't say nothing to them, but they just were cussing and stuff, right? I'm just recording because the police are gonna come. I don't know what the hell they're gonna tell them. And they're walking around with kids cussing. They got 2 kids cussing loud as fuck, bro. Anyway, come right here, and when they're coming from that trail, I guess they're coming from up there, like I said. Then they stop, and his girl comes and starts recording. Says she's a biologist, and she has to record this. She does like 2 circles or whatever. I didn't say nothing to them. These people are. And the police, and then they're gonna call the police. He was like, you. He's like, you either call the police now or we call them later. We need to call them now. You hear? Anyway, I didn't say nothing to him. I just started recording because this dude's cussing and cussing and cussing, and you know what I mean? He's a big white dude too. You know what I mean? Probably like 300 pounds. But you know, I'm more worried about them what they're gonna try to say to the police, because you know how some people are, man. They make stuff up. I didn't say nothing to them. I just started recording. They just kept cussing and cussing. Like, man, this shit's crazy. Anyway, I thought park rangers will come. Yeah, I thought this is what the hell the park is for, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, like somebody's camping in the park. I'm like, isn't that what this is for, bro? They're walking through it, but I'm not even in the what anyway. Yeah, they're gonna come. Probably. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna tell them. I just got my setup right here. You know what I mean? Laid up. Played up. But yeah. I don't know. I want to turn it off. I want to turn the live off, but like I said, I don't know. That dude was just, I don't know if that's just how he talks. You see, he was upset about something. Somebody, that's a fucking tent. He's like, that's a fucking tent. Like, I guess he said go camp somewhere else or something. And like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Anyway. So, I wonder if And they're probably calling the police and waiting. I don't know. But I'm out of the way. Leave it going for your safety. Leave it going for your safety. What you mean leave? Leave here? Break it down? Eh, I guess is a good point. I mean, I took a nap. I just woke up, man. I think that dude woke me up while I was barely getting that. I'm trying to think. Let me see. Oh, leave the stream going for your safety. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't say nothing to him. But I figured they were gonna say something to the police. Like, dude, like I said, dude was walking. I don't know where they were walking from, but I know that they were right there when I seen them. It's a city park. Yeah, I already talked to the police right here. They came and talked to me. I have a video up where they were like, "There's no camping here," but camping, by definition, is like if you're trying to stay overnight. You know what I mean? And obviously you can't stay overnight either way because the park rules is that you have to be out by 10. And they try to tell me, he was like, no, it's I don't know if he said sunset or what, but it's really 10 because the hours or whatever. But they try to be like, no, the hours are from whenever the sun sets. I'm like, no, I'm like, he's like, but they're trying not, yeah, I get that, but they're trying to be like, nah, it's whichever one comes sooner, you know what I mean? But it's 10, but he's trying to tell me. But and the funny thing is, it was like a couple weeks ago or a week ago. So the sunset's like later than 10. I was thinking at first, you hear? They're still there. That's how loud dude is. Unless you reserve a campground. Yeah, they don't have reservations here. But that dude, those people are walking through the park cussing and with two kids. Like, I don't know. I guess some people, that's how some people are with their kids. Call them the N word? Nah, hell no. They're white. You could tell that's what drive them over the edge, huh? I didn't say nothing to him. I don't know if the dude's drunk or what, but he's very aggressive. And but yeah, the cops, the Blaine police came and they were like, yeah, they were saying that like, oh yeah, Birch Bay State Park has campgrounds. No, not this one. This one doesn't have campgrounds, bro. Cause the Canadian border is just up the way. If you go far enough this way, this is not like the big park. This is just like a small. I haven't explored the whole park, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's just BS, bro. I can't even chill out right here. You know what I mean? It's a good spot though, cause if I want to start a campfire, I could. Look, I got all the. Oh, you grew up in this area 25 years ago? Yeah, that's a quarter of a century right there. But yeah, this is the perfect spot right here. You could start a nice little fire, you know what I mean? You could tell some scary stories around here, probably make some s'mores. You know what I mean? You could probably hang a cute little Christmas tree ornament on one of these branches too, and really spruce up that place. You know what I mean? The other day when I opened my tent, I put it right here. I opened a tent. It was in the daytime in the morning, or in the afternoon. There was a owl right there, perched right there, just staring at me. I said, "Oh, this is magical." It was just staring at me. Yeah, they evicted me from the McAllister, bro. It's BS because I appealed it and everything. But anyway, that's a whole nother matter. I got all my paperwork and stuff. Not all of it, but I got some paperwork in my BP. That's short for backpack. I like to call it Boots. Even though Boots is a different character from Dora, I like to call my backpack Boots too. But yeah, I got my handy dandy backpack. I did go to Russia. They beat me up and stole my phone. They stole my $1,000 phone. But I don't know if I could go to Russia anymore. I talked to the guy from the embassy. He said they gave me some paper. I don't know what they did. I don't know how it works. I would have to like reapply. All right, I'll tell you some more. So I got to Russia and they held me up. They said, whatever in their language. I didn't really understand what they were saying. So they said, you can't enter, you got to go right here. They put me in a room with some other foreigners. And then first I didn't want to go in there. And they started getting a little, they shoved me in there pretty much in the room. And they had like beds and stuff. But pretty much, long story short, they put me back on a plane. Yeah, in the Middle East. I was in the Middle East, the last place after Russia. So they sent me from there, and then I was in Qatar. So I was waiting in there. Then I got in trouble with the police there too, cause I was like, "Give me my passport, give me my passport." The Russians gave my passport to the Qatar people, to the airline. So I'm like, "Give me my passport, give me my passport." They're like, I think they speak English. So they were like, whatever. Pretty much they kept my passport. I don't think they were supposed to do that either. But I was recording. I was like, let me speak to a supervisor because I would like my passport. Yeah, I got a visa to go into Russia, but they said that it was a tourist visa and that I looked like a businessman. So I needed a business visa. I said, what does that have to do with my attire? They said, you came here with a blazer? That's business. I said, that doesn't even make any sense. And like, you got business attire? You should have came in tourist attire. I said, these fools are crazy. So anyway, so yeah, they kicked me out of there. And then Qatar, same thing. And I was recording the Qatar. They made me go. They went through my phone. They said, if you don't let us go through your phone, you're gonna be here for a few days as the police. I said, charge me, whatever. And then they're just getting too much. Like I was like, it was the personification of social media. You know what I mean? Like like um like I was waiting and waiting, and then after enough times of telling them that I wasn't gonna show them my phone or give them the password, like the whole environment just spontaneously, we all just got, the whole environment around us was a giant vagina. We were no longer in the airport. And I was like, man, this shit is too crazy. I was like, this shit is too soft. So I was like, fuck it. All right, go ahead. So I let him look. I deleted the video because it felt like we had all just spontaneously been enveloped in a huge vagina, the whole world. So I was like, nah, I don't like that. It was the personification of social media. Because this woman, she was just like, you know, like, yeah, and he's trying to do it. I'm like, they're saying that I was gonna make the airport look bad. I'm like, you making the airport look bad by doing what you're doing. I'm just telling you to give me my passport. They didn't want to give me my passport because they pretty much kidnapped me. They wanted to send me back to the States. You know what I mean? Or so that I couldn't, or so that I couldn't. I guess it came from up there. There's some other people up there. I guess there's a trail up there. This message is held for review. Oh, John Solo. Hey, your message was held for review, man. No profanity no profanity, por favor. We don't do profanity on this channel. We like to think of ourselves as powdered wigs. We like to think of ourselves as powder wigs from Europe. It's cool. It's cool. I didn't put the rules on. I usually have to. I should have. I should have. Whoa! What happened? I pushed show or hi. Another moderator just handled this. It said. I don't know. But yeah, we like to call ourselves the powder wigs. But yeah, she you know she was just saying too much, and I was like, hey, hold on. Like the police were like, what I tell them? I was joking around with the Qatar police. I was like, you ever seen Pretty Woman? I had them laughing. I was like, y'all work on commission, right? And I was like, huge mistake, big mistake or something. They're still over there something I can hear. And I guess they're just showing their kid. And then, how much did I take? What are you talking about? Anyway, oh, how many pic? I took like 3 pictures or 3 videos, but I told the woman in the airport, I was like, I'm recording, because you know some places they have rules about that, like some laws or something. I don't know, but the ironic part, they were trying to talk about it, yeah, the other countries. I don't want to get too much into other countries, but America is probably the best place as far as law and order goes. You know what I mean? Not that it's the best. Oh, it is the best in the world, but you know what I mean? It could be better, I'm saying. But yeah, it was just ridiculous, man. So I ended up deleting it. At first I was like, I don't care, but then I thought about the more I thought about it, I'm like, I don't know how it's gonna work. I'm gonna be in this country like that, you know? Qatar has less freedom. Yeah. Anyway, it was crazy. But yeah, you know, they were really trying to get me in trouble with the police, like. So we were there, and then like I said, the woman was like, yeah, it's just I don't know, bro. It was crazy, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Cause I was getting caught up with this woman. I'm like, you know, she's really not that smart, I would assume. I mean, I don't know. I guess she could have been the first rocket scientist from the airline or something, but I was like, I just was insulted because I was like getting drawn down to her level, like, and their level, like they're like, oh, it's just crazy. And then I ended up getting back over there, and then yeah, you know, I think I was already going through the eviction, and yeah, they were supposed to grant it because I appealed it, and so yeah, I have to go through with that process and stuff. So anyway, yeah, they're still here. I'm gonna pack up. I'm gonna go work on the case a little bit. More part of my appearance. You know, I'm not really. I wasn't planning to make a. I wasn't planning to make a entrance into the fray. I'm gonna try to see where I could put this. Hold on. To get the whole story. Let me put it over here. Cause I don't got my socks on. Shoot. The police will come. If the police come, they're not do nothing. But I just, you know, they're probably just gonna. I don't know what the hell they're gonna say. Nothing. Probably won't even come. I don't know. But I don't even want to talk to them. You know? I already talked to them. They get on my nerves. They trespass me right here from the market too. But I'll admit that I was stealing, but they didn't want to charge me. They just wanted to trespass. They should have charged me, so I could have told them. So I could have told them why I was stealing. The judge, I mean, they don't charge me. Don't don't do this. This is not camping 101. Mm-hmm. Make sure you have your hiking boots, because you might step on a porcupine and get quilled. I learned that. I learned that from Park Ranger Steve Irwin. He'd say, "Crikey." He'd be like, "Crikey, that's a porcupine." Or I don't know if they call it porcupines or porcupine. I feel like he'd probably call it a porcupine. But I know he said crikey. I keep one of these. I don't always camp, but when I do, I keep one of these handy. Yeah, there's no there's no memberships here. At least I don't think there is. If there were camping memberships, then there would be like cars driving through the park, or probably more traffic. This is not one of those parks. That's probably more of a LGBT park anyway. Policy, just welcome of all kinds. It's a little bit more exclusive. Not really, not really exclusive. Anyone can go in or come in, but those other parts are a bit more welcome. I always keep one of these handy. It's a water bottle. Whenever you go camping, you always want to have one of these handy in case a fire starts. Oh yeah, that's what the dude said. He said, "Are you the dude that started a fire?" Like, what's wrong with this guy, man? Am I? You see somebody in a tent, you just accuse them of starting fire? What? Are you the same guy that started the fire? I'm like, I don't even know what fire you talking about. I didn't say anything, but I'm just like, these dudes are weird. Like I said, I think he was inebriated. You know what I mean? Some people like that. They call it spirits or sauce, also known as liquor, alcohol, ethanol, probably moonshine or something. Like, are you the guy that started this fire? Like, what? That makes zero sense. If I started a fire, wouldn't I be in jail for arson? He must have been talking about, I don't know, he said 51 or 80, something like that. I'm assuming he meant the year. No, maybe the street or something. But that'd be kind of crazy if he was talking. That's what I'm saying. I think he was drunk. He said, "You're the guy who started the fire from 51, 1951." No, I wasn't even born yet. That's what happens when you drink too much. You get your years confused. You're like 51. And I was just recording because I know how some people make crazy allegations. You know what I mean? I didn't say nothing to him. I don't know. They must be real nature lovers, which I'm not even mad at them about. You know what I mean? They love nature so much they don't even want to see a tent in it. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at that. You know what I mean? I wish I loved something as much as they did. Did or do. You know what I mean? Like, man, I love the sky. What are you birds and airplanes doing in it? You know what I mean? That's how much they love park. Some to admire, really. Some to be jealous of. Such passion. You know what I mean? But they might have been racist too, because they started saying policia. But the ironic thing is, I didn't say nothing to him, and I had this mask on. I guess Mexicans wear these masks more than Spanish speakers wear this mask more than anything. I know there was a stereotype about this mask, and I hate stereotypes. I would have never got this mask. I mean, jeez, there I go perpetrating another stereotype. I want an LGBTQ nature park where it's nature, but at the same time, it's actually an amusement park with bright lights and colors and rainbows and all types of desserts, deep fried and sugary and fat filled. I want it to be natural though. Like a natural, a naturally engineered lettuce leaf. You know what I mean? Filled with custard and deep fried with lemon meringue and just one of my just one of my many understandable fantasies. Oh yeah, I'm trying. Let me see. I sound like a PDF file. What is this? Whoa, what did this woman say? NIG. Hey, we don't use that kind of language on this channel, man. What's this? Oh, whoa, whoa, hey, hey. Gabe Geezer. We don't use those F words, man. There's a lot of comments I didn't see. I can't read them all, man. Yeah, there's ticks and all types of, but there was a tick in there earlier. I had to kill it. You know, ticks are hard to kill. June bugs, they're literally hard to kill. They're very hard. Anyway, hey, man. You guys don't come to my channel with that ignorant bull, bro. Cause that trolling stuff doesn't work on me. It does sometimes. I guess it works on anyone. Any, that comical like, oh look, he's dumb. Sometimes people slip up, but I'm a little bit more immune than others. But it does work sometimes. But don't come over here with all that stuff, man. You know what I mean? Especially when we're in nature. You got to be natural, man. And by natural, I mean go against human nature. You know what I mean? And be civilized. Cause it's not natural, really. I'm in nature, but electrical signals and wireless signals and all that. That's unnatural. That's civilized, right? Supposed to be civilized. You know what I mean? Because if you go to Silicon Valley, to all those places that do all that stuff, and you talk to those people, oh, they got a sense of urgency. Yeah, I'm zooming in. They got a sense of importance. You know what I mean? They feel like they're important. Found my channel from the video when I got kicked out of the SF library. Yeah, I can't even remember that video, bro. Because before that video, I had already been banned twice. One time, I had to pee so bad, I peed in a trash can, but nobody saw me. It's not like I was exposing myself. And then they banned me for that. And then a time before that, I don't know. I got into like I don't know. I forgot what happened. Like it's just stupid stuff, bro. But the time I got kicked out of, I don't know which video that is. Last time I got kicked out was because I was trying to get paper. I was trying to get the free stacks of paper. I grabbed the big stack of paper, and they were like, "Hey," I'm like, "This is a fucking library," because I have my own printer, but I didn't want to buy the paper, right? Anyway, I didn't want to buy the paper. I shouldn't have to buy the paper, bro. It's San Francisco, California Public Library. They give funds. They get like millions of dollars to these places, and they're complaining to me about even if I took the thickest stack of papers, bro, it still wouldn't, to them. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they probably have a deal about paper. I don't even know, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's not even a drop in the bucket to them. It's like a drop going into the bucket, but then it evaporates. You know what I mean? The librarian kicked you off for talking loud. Yeah, I don't know. Probably. I don't doubt it. I mean, I don't think I don't remember, bro. I don't think I ever really talked loud in there. I didn't really talk to nobody. You know what I mean? In San Francisco, it's only GLs, like homosexuals, and everyone they're either gay sympathizer, or they just think that they're the ones to create they're the new tech bosses, or the new tech guys. So there's not really no reason. There really isn't any reason for me to be motivated to be conversing, but sometimes I would say stuff when people would be like causing a scene. Because sometimes people will be causing a scene and everyone's just quiet, like nothing's happening. Like nobody's gonna say nothing about this person interrupting everything. Yeah, like nothing's happening. Yeah, I was saying, yeah, I'm booming and I'm zooming like I got a sense of urgency. Shout out,
myself. Shout out to myself and my rapping and singing ability. But you should go check out the Carter Six. They talk about the Clips album. I didn't really like the Clips. I don't know about the Clips album. I didn't really like the Kendrick Lamar song. You know? Where they talk about hip hop this and hip hop that. I don't know. You know, I don't know if they copied Drake or Kanye, but everybody has copied Drake, you know, as far as like you have a song and then they'll put a tag in it. Not like a producer tag, but some stupid shit like Kanye when he was like, no one knows what that means. It's provocative with N words in Paris, I think. And I don't know who started that. I think it might have been Drake. And at the same time, they diss them. You know what I mean? They diss these people, but they copy their whole entire format. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. No, that's just natural hip hop progression, man. You're all horrible. You all make horrible. You're all not lyrical like that. You know what I mean? They're all horrible. You make music for women. Cut it out. Nah, I'm lyrical, man. You make music for women, bro. No, I'm not. I don't have a vagina, but I'd imagine a woman listening to a rapper wouldn't be able to touch herself and it's just lyricism like Eminem. She'd just be trying to get off, pleasure herself, or masturbate, and then she'd get hit with a metaphor, and it just take her out of her whatever her moment. So it's not music for women. It doesn't make sense. These guys are fighting. They're fighting about who's the best rapper, and they all suck. Lil Wayne's the best rapper. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that the Clips necessarily suck. They made. I guess they made an alright song. The brother that took a hiatus, I think he does better. He probably raps pretty good. But he's conscious about somebody quits rap. You gotta check him out. Like, wait a minute, what does this guy know about this gay profession? Rap is a gay profession if you're a signed artist. You see Diddy. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be about the streets and the ghetto, the edo, the wedo, the chapedo. But it turns out they're all being gay over there, gay for pay. They're being gay for pay, and they're being hush about it. They're being gay for pay, gay for pay. See, that's a rap song right there. Gay for pay. Hey. Okay. I'm on the live stream too.
So there's no camping allowed in the city parks.
Yeah, I know. You guys told me already.
You guys want to stop and go.
Wait, but I can't camp here.
No, you cannot.
Yes, camping means that.
Allowed in city parks.
All right, what's your guys' number?
188.
188, and your name?
Richardson.
Richardson. I read the thing about camping. Camping is for when people are intending on staying overnight. The camp hours are from whatever time. I mean, the park hours are from the park hours.
All city parks closed in Washington State after dark.
Yeah,
That's a different crime. That's trespassing.
Yeah. yeah.
Setting up a camping site
Huh?
is a completely separate crime. You cannot camp in city parks.
Okay. Like I said, I was reading the thing. That if people can be in the park during the day, you can set that up as long as you're not staying past the hours.
Camp in the park. So I'll come back in a few hours. If your stuff is here, then you will be subject to arrest. Okay.
Okay, well, how about I'm packing it up, but okay, I'm packing it up. But how about you give me a citation and I'll go to court and we resolve it that way? Can you give me a citation? I'm gonna leave anyway, but
Yeah, but I'm giving you a chance to leave, so you need to leave.
right, but like I said, it's but I'm trying to clarify it. I'm not gonna give my name.
It's been like a few weeks since we talked to you.
Yeah, but like I said, I disagree with what you're saying. I read the thing, and what you're saying is that pretty much people can't be in the park. It doesn't make sense. Camping is, like I said, camping is for if you plan to stay. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you have to pack up your stuff and leave. You cannot camp in the parks, and you cannot be in the parks after dark. Does that make sense?
No, the being in the park after dark. Yeah.
Collect your things
Uh-huh.
and leave.
So how if I wanna figure out how that works, do I have to go down there and speak to a supervisor or something? Because
You can look up the municipal code. Plain municipal code camping in parks.
I looked it up and it says that
You have clearly set up a campsite, which is not allowed. So
no, that's not what the word that's not what it is. It talks about camping with the intent to stay overnight.
okay, well, you gotta grab all your stuff, and if you're still here after dark, then we'll go to arrest you. Okay?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Can you give me a citation so I can just challenge it?
We'll be back to make sure you're not still here.
See what I mean? It's the same thing they did last time. They don't really have a legal right to arrest me or anything. I'm trying to get a citation so I could go and contest it. This is what they do, man, and they don't have nothing else to do but listen to this dude, like I said, who's cussing coming around cussing, being loud. He's yelling. The guy is yelling for the whole park. You see how I don't know if you guys you didn't get the video of him on the live stream, but he's like I don't know 5'8" or something, 300 pounds, maybe taller than that, but like you could hear about the whole area, right? Just loud as heck. F this, F that. And you know what I mean? But they won't. I'm telling them to give me a citation so I can go to court and contest it. But this is what they do, man. They'll come, tell me, and then just leave. Right now, he act like he took a picture or he took a picture, whatever. It's just ridiculous. They're harassing me. And then the next thing that they would do, like he said, you're subject to arrest, is probably try to arrest me. They probably can't even arrest me. They could probably give me a citation. Or they come and arrest me, right? Harass me and arrest me. I'll beat the case. And it's the same thing, you know. That's the same guy who trespassed me from that stupid ass store. They said I stole some food and I went in there to return some bad produce, and then he came like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, man, they're selling me poison food or whatever. But anyway, yeah, you see, this is what they do every time, man. But you know, I'd rather not go to jail, so I'm like, just give me the citation. But then I don't know, I beat the case. It's a stupid ass charge. I don't even know if it's a misdemeanor. It's probably just a violation. But that's crazy though. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, like I was saying earlier about America, how it could be better. This asshole can go throughout this whole park yelling, you know what I mean, and nothing happens to him. He don't get a citation. They don't tell him, hey man, you might not want to be cussing in front of your kids like that. He's like, I'll fucking drink and cuss and smoke weed and smoke tobacco in front of my fucking kids if I fucking want. And I'll teach them all this educational nature shit too. You know what I mean? But I'm here by myself, not making any noise, not bothering no one. And, you know, the police come all the way out to tell me some stupid shit, man. That's not even true. You clearly got a camp set up here. Like, what are you talking about, bro? That's not even the law. It's not even the law. It doesn't make any sense that people can't be in a park. Like, how can you not relax and rest at a park? It doesn't, like I said, man, I don't know. And I'll probably never go to jail because I'm not going to, like, that's what he said. He said, well, come, we'll be back in a few hours. I'm never going to have them come and harass me and then I'm going to just sit there, bro. Like, you know what I mean? After being fucking harassed and just be like, cool, man. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I know what they're doing is wrong, bro. It bothers you. You know what I mean? It disturbs you, right? Like you're resting or you're trying to rest and they're disturbing you. And same thing with that dude. You know what I mean? It's just it's really sad. You know what I mean? Because of the kids. You know what I mean? I wasn't raised like that. I didn't have my father, but thankfully, if my father would have been like that, I wouldn't want to have my father, bro. You know what I mean? Cuss every word, like dudes yelling throughout the park like he owns the entire fucking park, and then he comes to see. Must have seen my tent from up there, and then he's like, "And there's a fucking tent here." Like you're an idiot, bro. You don't even know the law. You know what I mean? And they think that's how it applies. Like I just didn't want to argue with the dude. You know what I mean? What's the fun? What do I have to argue with the guy? I don't know him. I don't have no reason to say anything to him. I'm right here not doing nothing to nobody, bro. Like I said, yeah, this is weird, man. But this is what they do every time. So I'll probably never even be cited or arrested because they know I have to see judges, and they know I have to fucking sue them for wrongful arrest and harassment or whatever. This is what they do. They just harass you. Cause like I said, white privilege, I guess, or white entitlement. It's crazy. This is what they do every time, but at least this time I got it. I mean, I got it on camera the other times too. It's just annoying, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, give me a citation, bro, so we can clear this up, and you don't have to fucking waste your time harassing me. If they like it, you know what I mean? He's like, nah, man, I like bothering you. That's my favorite part of every day I come to work, I hope you're at this park so I can come harass you. Sitting on the soil. What's it called? Taking refuge from the sun. I don't know what I don't know what kind of crimes I'm committing. Stomping on dead twigs. Breaking dead twigs. Calling all cars. We got a guy out here hugging trees. We need the whole battalion. We need the whole department. We got a guy over here hugging trees. He's sick. I would arrest him, but I think he might hug me. I need backup. We got a serial tree hugger. We need a department out here. But the real crime is, whatever. I don't know what it is. It's not child endangerment, but like I said, the lack of vocabulary, F this, F that. I should be talking to those people instead of me. But then again, I don't know. Maybe not, you know what I mean? I would imagine people like that don't put any standards on their kids aside from schoolwork. Do schoolwork. That's why I didn't say nothing to them, man. People like that are fucking crazy. You know what I mean? But every time the police come, there's a lot of people like that. Either crazy, bored, or just fucking harassers, you know what I mean? Like, I want to harass this guy. It is what it is. If they ever do arrest me, I'm going to sue the fuck out of them. The police, because they don't, apparently they don't know how the law applies. Or maybe it does apply that way, I don't know. But I still sue. Like, I will sue them and then take it to the Supreme Court of the state, and then if I lost still, I'll try to take it to the Supreme Court of the United States. How the fuck can you not fucking set up a tent during business, or I guess business hours or whatever, park hours, and it's a crime? It makes no sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense. But maybe that's the new rule under the Republicans. I mean, it's not like, I don't know, man. Maybe that's
how it applies into the Republicans. Who knows? I doubt it, but you know, they think of the word can't. They try to like use like layman terms or whatever it's called, but it's literally defined in the code. Like camp, when it says camp, it says with the intent of to stay overnight. That's literally the definition is defined. So you know, where's the intent to stay? So they know you know, I don't doubt that they arrest me or cite me for it. You know what I mean? It'd just be a waste of time. Waste of my time. I know they don't have shit to do. You know what I mean? They're not that smart. That's what I'm saying with the Qatar airline. I don't like dealing with these people, man. You know what I mean? It brings me down to their level. I'm not. You know what I mean? And that dude is a sergeant too. I think he has three. Yes, he's been a police officer for a long time. Not necessarily here, not necessarily at this department, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? But that don't mean he's smart. That just means he has a lot of hours work on it. Like the military, I guess, and his seniority, priority to seniority for promotions, I guess. One of the requirements, actually. How many hours you got? But yeah, man, they bring me down to these stupid motherfucking levels, man. You know what I mean? That's just fun, you know what I mean? It's like giving all this authority to these losers, and they don't have that authority. But the best part, like I said, is that you can sue them. You know what I mean? You can't sue. I mean, they might have immunity though. I don't really know, but it's just, yeah, man, this is crazy. It's not how the American it's not how it's supposed to work in America. When you have rights, the rights are a priority over a fucking, I don't know what you call them, a tyrant, a quote unquote powerful tyrant. I'm powerful. I filled out an application when I was young. Instead of being smart, but I guess that's kind of smart compared to some other people, you know what I mean? I filled out an application and got hired. Always. And that's cool for the white people, I guess, white men. But some men are like, I wish I was white. You know what I mean? Because of the whole white structure, right? I wish I was white. I'm a cop. Whoa. There go the squirrels. Look, the squirrels came to fight. They act like they didn't hear me.
It's a score right there. Look, the animals, they either hate me or they love me. They went that way. I think these animals probably hate me too. Burger Planet did this to you? That's the guy's name, Burger Planet? Dang, that's cold. Well, some people like their burgers. No, they didn't do nothing. They just harassed. I mean, they did do something, man. You know what I mean? They're bothering me. But that's what they do. But yeah, there's some people, there's some men that go join police departments, you know? And it's like, I don't mean to like stereotype or criticize those people, but in general, most places that you go into, it's like it's a white man's club. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But I don't know. It is what it is. You know, that's not good. It's not a good thing for sure. You know, but I guess it's better to the alternative, which would be any other racist club. You know, where that would be the culture. You know, because when you think of the white culture, I don't know. Maybe it gives them the white privilege, which is not good, right? But I guess regardless, it leans one way or the other. It gives
unjust power or undeserved power to one race or the other. I don't know. Yeah. I read that from the last time they came. You said from campus overnight. Anyway, like I said, I'm not gonna. They come here and harass me. Then they said they're gonna come back and check hours later. I'm not gonna. You know what I mean? And they probably won't even come check. They probably come check after it's closed. I'm not gonna wait here. I guess I could if I wanted to, you know what I mean? But it's just so stupid. You know, like I said, it's so infuriating, you know what I mean? Because it's so stupid, so beneath me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we're gonna make a rule and then just wait. You want to play this game where you beat us because you wait for us and then you end up beating us. Like, nah, I don't have the desire to beat you that much. Well, I'm gonna just wait here hours after you make up some stupid shit. You know what I mean? I could beat you a lot more better ways. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, man, you could beat us this way. It's like, yeah, I could, but I mean, what bragging rights are there? So, the only bragging rights is that I beat an idiot. There's some dumbasses or some liars. You know what I mean? Who I'm gonna brag? Who in the world am I gonna go and brag to them about that? Oh yeah, you know, man, I won a lawsuit from the Blaine Police Department, man, because they said I couldn't camp in a park. You know how ridiculous I look saying shit like that, man. Like, oh really? The only person that would care is a woman. You know what I mean? Like, tell me more. Like, man, what the? You know what I mean? Oh, that sounds complicated or intriguing. Let me know some more. You know what I mean? Then I gotta commit suicide because I hate myself and her, whoever she is. Mm-hmm. Whatever. I don't know. I'm just joking, not literally. You know? Whenever we talk about that type of stuff, they try to take it serious. I would never commit suicide ever. I'm a spiteful person, man. Just me being alive makes people mad. Like, dang, there's an intelligence level that I will never reach. Makes them furious. Oh, I'm gonna drink some more because I can't write my own briefs. I can't do my own legal work. I can barely do it. You know what I mean? I just make jokes. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny. There's a judge that said that being a lawyer is like me. On YouTube, he said being a lawyer is like performing brain surgery or heart surgery on yourself. It's kind of true, but at the same time, not actually. Being a lawyer, that's true. If you're a trained lawyer, if you're not a trained lawyer, the courts, the judges, for the people who balance, they're supposed to be like the referees in the courtroom who make sure everything goes the way it's supposed to go. They're supposed to help you out, like give you the benefit of the doubt, like because you have a right to self-representation. They don't have to do like all this and that, but they have to, for example, they have to like they have to give you a lot more consideration, pretty much. So there is a benefit to not being a lawyer. It's just that's what bugs me about a lot of people that they don't know the basis. They'll be like, I'm not a lawyer. It's like you don't have to be a lawyer. You could just go try to tell the judge, and the judge or the jury. The jury is separate, a different thing. There's no rules on the jury because the jury is a jury regardless. But the judge, you can ask for a judge trial if you're self-represented. You know what I mean? So, and then the judge is supposed to give you like, you know, kind of like not literally, but the expression is the benefit of the doubt. But you know, you still got to do things, but and that's the law. That's the way that it works. You know what I mean? So, but a lot of people are, you know, they like to say things they don't know, and they don't enforce they don't enforce their own right. Like me, I took the bill for a felony, a burglary, and then I sent the habeas corpus application, which is kind of just like an appeal. But in my case, they did a lot of dirty stuff. But pretty much, you have the right to appeal all your cases in this country, you know. So most people take deals because they're probably guilty, you know. Like a lot of people complain, a lot of criminals complain that the system ain't fair, but it is. They're just dumb and guilty, you know. They're guilty most of the time, you know what I mean? That's why they take deals and then they complain about it. If you were innocent, you shouldn't have anything on your record, and you should fight it. Which is what I would do if they fucking try to charge me with some stupid ass camping law. And I need to learn. That's the law I need to learn. The statute about fucking about holding them accountable, like false arrest and stuff like that. Federally, it's in 1983, and it gets on my nerves. It gets on my nerves whenever they talk about police immunity, because in 1983, you know what I mean? It's a federal rule. Like if you have immunity, or you're a agent or whatever of the executive branch, and you lose that. I don't even think you have to lose it, but the court gets a referral to the Department of Justice for your prosecution. You know. So there's criminal sanctions. It's called criminal sanctions, but that's pretty much what it is. Because the court is it's a civil court. Pretty much they make a referral to the Department of Justice to prosecute. They don't have to prosecute either. You know what I mean? But it is important, you know. Like the Pam Bondies, the Attorney Generals, right now they're gonna prosecute Obama or whatever, investigate. Which they probably should prosecute him for what he did, but yeah, they should prosecute. They should prosecute criminals, you know what I mean? But they don't have to. It's the Attorney General's discretion whether or not to prosecute somebody. But you know, they talk so much about the immunity. I think they talk about like immunity as far as like criminal charges. Because there's literally a whole entire section in the federal code called the 1983. I don't know the whole code that can hold you know, I don't know what it is. It's not just officers. I want to say exactly what it says, because I don't remember off the top of my head. Maybe it's police officers. It holds them civilly liable. Usually that would be the department. But anyway. Like I said, I'm getting harassed by some dude that cusses the word. So I'm moving. Like I said, I was. It's not like I got arrested. I doubt I'll get arrested. Maybe eventually. But if I did get arrested, then all I have to do is just be like, "Can I show you my YouTube? Check this out." And they'll be like, "Well, I don't know what they'll say." You know what I mean? A lot of these judges in courtrooms and prosecutors and public defenders and lawyers are adversarial. So I don't know what they'll say, but it definitely will prove my innocence. And that they've been harassing me or whatever. I read, download the PDF and what it said about camping. I looked it up. I looked the code up. That's why I told him, give me a citation, man, so we can clear this up. No. It has to be when you're refusing, and it has to be. So what they would want, what I'm assuming they would want to do, or the approach they would try to take, is come after 10 and be like, hey, you're trespassing. Now, if you really don't leave, now we're really gonna get you. You know what I mean? And only a real stupid MFer, like in Friday, you gotta be a stupid MFer to get fired on your day off. Only a stupid MFer would stay like, nah, man, I'm riled up. I'm a trespass. Which is not what I would do. Maybe, I guess. You know, they do try to incense people, get them mad. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because, like I said, the people that called the police were the ones over here harassing people, cursing, F this and F that. You know, all I did was start recording because, you know, sure enough, those are, you know what I mean? Those are the type of people that would just call. Nobody's doing nothing. Well, according to them, I'm doing something by being in a tent. You know, I wasn't playing music loud, watching a YouTube video, nothing, making any noise and nothing. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, I gotta record it, man. You know what I mean? I can't just let these criminals fucking harass me all the time. You know what I mean? It's like their favorite pastime. It's like a fucking Girl Scouts. I'm imagining the Girl Scouts, they get badges for selling cookies, right? It's like the Girl Scouts badge requirements. They're trying to get a Girl Scout badge, you know, or a Girl Ranger badge for harassing me, you know what I mean? Like, they go up higher levels. I gotta record this shit for when they slip up. When they slip up, and I can make them, you know, fucking stop by, like, paying me or whatever, putting it on the record, a judge telling them that it's not illegal, you know? I don't know. That's what they want. They're not happy until somebody they're like bad little kids. They're not happy until somebody tells them, hey, you little queers. And they're like, hee. You know what I mean? They're not happy until somebody calls them out. In Spanish, it's llamarte la atención. So somebody calls, I don't know if it translates in English, calls their attention. Something like that. I don't know what the phrase is in English. They're not happy until they get, you know, called out for it. Like, I saw a video on YouTube. This little white boy takes his shirt off. He's at a sporting event, I'm assuming. He takes his shirt off and throws it into the crowd. And a split second later, he's like, what did I do? Knowing that that's what he did, he was intending to doing that. He just did that so his dad or his mom would be like, well, you were in the moment. You didn't know what you were doing. Like, how do I throw my shirt into the crowd and don't know? Or he didn't throw it into the crowd. I don't know where he threw it onto the field or something. He's like, oh. Like, bro, you're not slick. You know what I mean? At least not to me. All right. Let me try to get the time now. Yeah, anyway, man. So let me go this way just so we can try and figure out the path of the accuser. Oh no, what happened here? Dang. Thought I broke something. Try to go the unconventional route. Some of these trees have some of these branches have what are they called? Thorns or spines or whatever. So his girlfriend or his wife start
Started walking around here. She's like, go ahead and do whatever you're doing. I'm not worried about you. And she was like, this is a GPS. I don't know what she was holding in her hand. She's like, this is a GPS. She's like, I'm not recording you. I don't know if she was recording or what. But I didn't care because they had came talking about F this and F that and started talking. He started talking about me in my tent. You know what I mean? So I didn't care. He started saying, like I said, a fucking 10 and whatever the fuck else. So, like I said, I have to do this shit. It's like, I would like if I didn't have to, but you know, cause I look like the quote unquote, I don't even want to say, like, I look like the tattletale, I guess. The one who calls the police, but you know what I mean? They're the ones who, anyway, they came through up here. The trail goes up that way. And I look like the one, who's calling the police so that they could get harassed, you know? Anyway. Every time the cops come, they find, well, I usually stay right there. I've only been here like less than a handful of times though, where I actually set up my tent. But anyway. And then everybody else who comes to this park, they never get harassed by anybody. You know what I mean? But when it comes to genius me, you know, I get harassed. Let me see. I'm about to end the stream now. Just gotta get the time for when they try to hit me with it. We've been going for hour 12, hour 13 minutes. It's Wednesday, July 23rd, 6:34 p.m. I think I see the road right there at that clearing. So I'm gonna try to crikey. What time is it? 6, 7.